Greetings, fellow St. Lucia lovers, and welcome back to another in my video series, St. Lucia by Kirk. Hi, I'm Kirk Elliott. In today's video, I am going to concentrate a little bit less on video footage and more on still imagery. You know that saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Some things are just best shown with pictures, and then allow your imagination to sort of run wild, and I will help you along that pathway with some of the stories that I will share. Today's video is coming to you from the Married Women's Quarters, this building that's right behind me. Stunning architecture. It's literally right outside Castries. I mean, a 5-minute drive away from the city center. 7 minutes, I guess, if traffic is a little bit heavy. Literally right around the corner from the airport, and it overlooks the Castries Harbour. Quite a story that comes with it. But before going any further, let me just invite you, or remind you if this is your first time coming to my channel, to smash that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so that you are always first in line to receive notifications when I post a new video. And I'm posting a video once a week, generally on a Thursday around 9 a.m., sharing my St. Lucia with you. What I like to think of as authentic St. Lucia. Sometimes off the beaten pathway, sometimes regular places that folks will go to, but always brought to you with a local flair. And that's why I call it St. Lucia by Kirk, because this is really my St. Lucia, the way I go about sights and sounds through my eyes, through my perspective, bringing you, like I've said, authentic St. Lucia. So with that said, let's jump on in to today's video and enjoy. So, as I indicated, we're over at the Married Women's Quarters, and it is literally a stone's throw outside the Castries city center. Quite an impressive structure that housed the officers' wives from back in the days of the fighting between the English and the French. So we're looking sort of 1800s. As you can see, some really solid architecture right here that would have housed these officers' wives. And one can think of them coming away from Britain and coming here and really enjoying all of this despite the war. This is looking down the corridor on the eastern side of the building, and you can see this solid brick walls looking right out through the open archway onto the ocean. And just imagining again how these officers' wives would have enjoyed this. One can just about make out a sailboat, that sort of white spot out in the ocean. And let's just zoom in a little closer on it, and here you can see it. And again, just imagine now, you being here in St. Lucia, this is the sort of views that you will see over at the Married Women's Quarters. Over on the west coast of the island, generally lots of movement on the water. Fishing boats going out with persons on daytime excursions, all that sort of stuff. This view right here, first of all, the one before was looking down in the opposite direction. So now in the distance in the archway, that's where I'd been standing before. And as you look here, the steps over on the left lead up to the upper level of this building. And from this image, you can see lots of, I mean, it's ruined right now, you know, so the windows, broken panes of glass, but that just gives you a feel for the character of the building. And then I go from here to something I like to do, framing now a shot looking up to the upper level, right through one of those broken panes. Look at that beautiful blue sky in the distance. You know, the open portal. The wood is all rotted away from the door at this point in time, but still so much character to the place. And that's one of the things that you'll really appreciate coming to St. Lucia, looking at the history of stuff, you know, and really getting a feel for things. This now is a view with the broken pane of glass gone and just looking straight out, and now a view onto the open room itself. Look at the trees growing through, literally growing from the bottom level up through the floor of this middle level and then shooting up to the sky. As you know, the leaves will always gravitate towards the light. Here is a view through another room, and you can see the broken flooring boards, and again, just that view. There is a door that's still in, but that door was probably put in more recent times. This view now is looking back down the corridor, but looking out onto the ocean towards the east. This is Castries Harbour in the distance, with the mountains in the far distance, and there you can see a cruise ship in port. And now just changing the angle just a little bit, and you can see yet another military ruin out in the immediate foreground. And again, you can appreciate that there would have been fortifications here to protect all that was, because this is coming into the harbor where ships would have been coming in and going out. Now this is looking on the outside and looking onto that building that we were seeing through the open archway. So just really giving you a feel for the vistas out this way. And here we're looking again just straight down onto the ruins, and now using one of my fisheye lens that I've got to give us this really cool circular kind of view. Hope you've been enjoying this video so far, this romp with me round the married women's quarters. Thought I'd take a pause right about here just to remind you, in case you haven't done it as yet, if you're enjoying this video, if you've enjoyed what has come before, if this is your first time with us, remember, please go smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you can be first in line to receive alerts every time I post a new video. With that said, let's go right back into the video, continuing to explore the married women's quarters. So now we have moved from the lower level, from the middle level. This is now up at the top level. Again, just check out the symmetry of stuff. You know, the railings going all the way into the distance, the open corridor. And again, there would have just been open rooms up on this top level as we had seen down in the middle level. Now from here, from up on this upper level, this is looking across, and this is late evening at a cruise ship just leaving port. I mean, check out the glow of the sunset behind, that ship cruising out, the palm tree over on the left. This is the sort of scene that you will enjoy in St Lucia. The area out here is called Meadows Battery, and here is a notation saying that this was constructed in 1898. Wow. 1998, 2021, over 100 years ago. This is a view looking across that Meadows Battery, and if you look over on the left hand side, right underneath that tree, there is a sign that I was up close on a minute ago. So this bit here, and now right here, there's a little tunnel that leads us down to the open area. Nice. And now this is the view looking back up at the tunnel. You can see that light shafting in, and from the color of that light, I tend to get the feeling that this was a shot that I made probably in the morning. Let me look at the light coming back in. Actually, no, that was evening time. And now here is a view from down at the bottom. This open area looks right across the harbor. There is an aircraft coming in to land because, as I noted earlier, the married women's quarters is literally a stone's throw across from the airport. In fact, from the married women's quarters, one can look straight down onto planes landing on the airport. And here we have a boat zipping through the water. This is actually a dive boat. And as you can see, look at the reef out in the water right here. I mean, look at that beautiful color of the water. And this also is a popular spot where some of the resorts will bring their divers out for diving, which is what this boat is doing. And also this area where we're at, again, because it was military fortification, is sitting high up above the ocean. And it's a popular place where guys will come out and just be jumping off of the rocks down into the ocean, you know, just sort of having fun. And all sorts of things can be happening. So this is some local fishermen, again, right out in this bay. They saw some fish out in the water and they've spread their nets out. Now they've jumped into the water and working to pull in the catch. And this really is a sight to behold if ever you should see it happening on your beach. And now winding down with a couple of sunset shots and just closing off the video right about here. And this sunset shot, look at the water just cascading off of the rocks in the foreground and then leading out to that setting sun in the distance, bringing the curtains down on another beautiful day. So there you have it. A romp with me round the married women's quarters. I hope you've really enjoyed this video that I've brought you this week. I hope that you've had as much fun exploring the married women's quarters with me as I have had shooting these pictures. As I indicated earlier, this is a very popular place where folks will come shoot stuff. This is a place where a location that I really enjoy shooting at. And as a consequence, it was just so delightful sharing this aspect of my St. Lucia with you. If you're enjoying these videos, again, I invite you to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also check out the description below for a link to my website. If you're coming into St. Lucia on a vacation, check out some of the stuff that I'm offering. Private St. Lucia experiences, St. Lucia photo tour, hike out at Pigeon Island, trips that take us round to see places like this, where I share even more of the story with you and really take you into authentic St. Lucia, at least authentic, the Kirk Elliott style. So, with that said, wishing you a great weekend coming up, great rest of your day, and look out for the next in the series coming your way really soon. Well, coming your way in a week's time, next week that is. So, with that said, enjoy the rest of it. Kirk out. Boom.